All right, Devon. What's your name of your farm and how long you had it?
The name of my farm is Sunlight Gardens, and I did start it. I previously had a business partner to start it with, and now it's run by me. I started it in 2016, and I've been farming. In general, working on farms and volunteering and stuff for about 7 years.
I heard that you were pretty young when you started this. How old were you?
Yeah, I was 16. I was 16 when I started farming, yeah.
So what got you in farming? Like, why a 16-year-old wants to start farming?
Man, I guess I wanted to start farming because I was looking for something. I was looking for food I could be prideful when I was eating it, you know what I mean? I started using the internet, learning that a lot of the food that was available in our community was actually like bad for us, causing disease rather than curing it. And so I kind of decided I wanted to be a part of that change, to be able to bring food into my community that we can be proud of when we eat. We can feel like it's actually healing us rather than harming us, you know what I mean? So,
Is there any other family members or relatives, friends that were involved in farming that you learned from? Where did you learn how to farm?
So I'm first generation farmer, and I guess my background in farming, I got started actually at the same property that I own right now, volunteering for Sprout, a nonprofit. Ended up becoming employed by them, managing the farm. Got a job on a more large-scale farm, for-profit business farm, Green Gardens. And so Trent Thompson from Green Gardens, one of my big mentors, he taught me a lot. After I worked there, I went to the MSU, their organic farmer training program. And there, you know, I learned, that's pretty much where I learned my foundation on business, you know what I mean? And yeah, they taught me a lot, so yeah. What
were the struggles to like be a first generation, being a 16-year-old, and starting a farm while, you know, I mean, I'm pretty sure you didn't walk in a bank and they said, here's, you know, Devon, here's money and go ahead, start your own farm.
There was a lot of interesting struggles. You know, one of the first ones was actually just like getting my family to accept my kind of different way of thinking. I went vegetarian like my freshman year in high school, and my dad thought that was really weird, you know what I mean? I grew up eating a lot of meat. He was a big meat eater, but it kind of just went along with me discovering that some of the way that food is factory farmed and stuff like that, it's not very good for our bodies. So I was just I was kind of testing out different things. Now I eat fish, you know what I mean? I don't really eat a lot of meat. I do eat fish though. But so just getting that, you know what I mean? Getting that, I guess, getting my dad to know that I was in a different mode of thinking, you know, being kind of looked at weird, you know, when I go into different farming conferences and stuff, like maybe the only black person there, only person with dreads there, and youngest one there, yeah.
Now that you're, you know, farming, so what did you grow?
There was some trial and error as to what I should really focus on growing, you know what I mean? But as of right now, I'm focusing on, you know, staples, peppers, tomatoes, cucumbers, salad mix, things that are, you know, a little bit more high dollar, but also things that are everyday, you know, things that people use every day. In this neighborhood specifically, people like, there's certain things people love. I try to grow that also, like collard greens, Brussels sprouts, mustard greens. But yeah, I guess in the beginning, I used to try to grow everything, a little bit of everything. So I had a beautiful farmer's market table, and I realized all those different crops have different needs. And so I kind of streamlined my production to grow more, you know, the staples.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
And right now, I just purchased this property this year, so we got two hoop houses on it. So, you know, 2020 winter, we will be growing some spinach and some greens and stuff like that.
Okay. Okay. So, like you mentioned, farmers market.
Yeah.
How many markets you go to?
So We've done different things over the years. Last year we were doing just the Battle Creek market. Previous year we did the Battle Creek and the Kalamazoo market. But with how everything's been this year, the farmers market is kind of crazy right now. There's a lot of new rules and stuff.
Is there a cost involved to be at a farmers market?
Basically, every market has a different fee, and it also depends on where you're located at the market. There's prime real estate, you know what I mean? We paid, on average, probably about $550 for a season at the market. Yep.
Not cheap.
Not cheap at all, no.
Wow. Wow.
And you know how the market goes. Some days are better than others.
Yeah, and it's Michigan, so the weather changes every 5 minutes.
Exactly, man.
Yeah. So, like you said, you didn't really go market this year. What were the main reasons that you kind of avoided the market?
So, obviously with everything that's happened in 2020, there's a lot of different rules at the market now.
With the coronavirus.
Yeah, exactly, with the coronavirus. So, for example, and it is different market by market, but for some of the markets we were looking at, for example, there was a rule of like you had to have 2 people at the farmer's stand at all time, and basically one person to handle the produce and the other person to handle the money. And for us, that's not viable right now because we've had a hard time even sending one person to market.
Yeah, right.
Because like you said,
if you have to leave the farm.
Got to leave the farm. If it's raining, there's no traffic coming through. Then we're not having we're not making money, and we're paying someone to be there and spending time there. So yeah, with these new rules and things, we're definitely exploring other options to be able to sell our produce,
What do you have the option where you pull it off the plant when the customer places an order? Wouldn't that be a dream?
Yes, sir. That would be a dream.
Well, we're bringing that to reality.
I love it, man. I love it. Let's go.
So, what would be the best case scenario for you to sell your product?
I think the best case scenario would be direct to consumer, and people actually being able to pick up on the farm. You know what I mean?
Okay.
People being able to come to the farm, like we were talking about earlier, harvest that produce within an hour, you know what I mean? Like very fresh.
So basically, if there was a tool that, let's say app, that helps sell your product, connect you with a customer, and they place an order like yesterday and they want to pick it up today, and you have a control over inventory, whatever order they place, you can go through the order and whatever you have, you can say, okay, in stock, and they make the payment, and your payment is deposited in your account every 15 days. So you don't have to deal with the payment, you don't have to deal with the accounting. You set the price, what price you want to sell it to. You set up the product, what product you want to put it on your farm, and to sell. So you think that would work? Yeah,
I think that would work great, man. For sure.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
sure.
we have an app that we just developed. I call it a tool because app is just a tool like this tractor. It's just a tool that we're using to help the farmers. The tool that I'm talking about is a Farm Ester. Ester basically in Spanish it means to be found. So basically farm to be found. Ester just sounds cool. The thing I say is that we social distanced up from our food, from our farmers. That's basically led to today's social distancing. Because if you would have had food that was grown on farms and we ate that food, our immune system would be a lot better to fight anything out there. So now the biggest thing is people who are immune to this are the people who have better immune system. They have antibodies, they say. I'm not a doctor. I'm just saying what we are told. Download the Farm Ester today.
Discover your farmer next door. Download the Farm Ester app on iOS and Android today.